Hey y'all boys, welcome back again to another video. It's your boy Boss Enosh, and today, look, and I know y'all peeped the twist, you feel me? I ain't had the twist in a minute, but look, they back now. Look, man, today's topic, gonna be talking about just pearly things. Yeah, we're talking about red pill shit again. And I haven't really made too much videos on just pearly things. Like, she's kind of been in the peripheral of one of the other ones, but I haven't really made any videos talking about her. But this one I had to because it's ridiculous. And she was on H3H3 with Ethan Klein recently. They did an interview. I'm surprised she even went on there, since, you know, I'm pretty sure she don't fuck with him. But she went on there. And somehow she let Ethan Klein, of all people, make her look goofy and ridiculous.
You also said George Washington was viewed from his slaves like a father. I guess that's part of what the myth, I guess, is that not all slave owners were evil. Some were father figures like George Washington.
There are certain
Hold on, bro. I gotta blow my nose, bro. That's crazy.
facts that we're not allowed to talk about.
Like what? I would love to. We're doing the taboo.
No,
We're mixing it up. It's red pill, baby.
Hey, yo, shout out to Ethan on this one. This one's funny.
Let's
Oh,
say
actually, I think we should ban divorce too. Yeah, I think that should be banned. I would say ban divorce.
Partners, I want you guys to think about what you're advocating. You see your parents, one of your parents should stay getting beat by the other every day, and you should witness your parents get their ass beat because they chose to marry the wrong person. That's what y'all really saying.
So
Okay,
let
let's
me
go.
just ask you generally, like, what kind of messages are you sharing on your platform? What kind of important messages is it that you find yourself are about?
I believe in family, so I think that we should have policies that push family. I think that feminism overall was a bad thing. I think women are happier when we have, you know, a family and kids over a career in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some for sure. That applies to a lot of girls, a lot of women, for sure. Because you see how a lot of women that are like career focused women, they excel to like the top of their position or whatever, and they make all this money, but they're working all the time, they're working like a man, right? And so they never had time for a relationship, they never had time to have kids, and so by the time they finish or they get to their 30s or even their 40s, they're like, damn, like, you know, all that time is gone, bruh. So that's facts. That's a real thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
It's
I'm a
okay.
little-
Yeah, I understand.
You should be.
It's more like, yeah, traditional. You want people to kind of follow a more traditional path in terms of family and gender and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, and you just see the negative, like, outcomes a society has when, like, families fall apart, right? And it's especially hard on the children. Like, you see, the kids are more likely to go to.
How do you push a policy that promotes family? Like, in what way can you force a family to stay together or encourage it in a sense?
Well, I think you first have to get rid of incentives that incentivize, like, women to leave families. So, like, you know, for example, child support, alimony. I'm not really a fan of those.
Oh. Listen. As much as people gripe about child support, I mean, it's not for the woman, it's for the child. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a way to make sure that whichever parent is paying for the child, because child support does not always fall on the man. I think majority of the time it do, but still, would you not want a way to make sure that a parent pays for their child? I think something that warps people's minds when it comes to child support and alimony, I think alimony is only for like rich motherfuckers, bruh. But one thing that warps people's mind when it comes to child support is when we see rich people and celebrities go through go through the process, because they make plenty bread. So if you see fucking $1 million child support payment from an NFL player, well, that's because he can afford that shit. That's what it is. A regular person not paying that shit. I'm pretty sure the average child support payment was like $200, bro. Hold on, let me. Don't quote me on that. We're gonna look it up right now. $430 a month. Child support is a payment that a non-custodial parent has to pay to the custodial parent. So $5,000 a year. So it is tough for a regular person. That's obviously going to be an annoyance, but it's tough. It is what it is. Do your best to keep the family together. Don't have kids with somebody that you don't fuck with for real. You know what I'm saying? She's saying incentives to keep families together. Trying to avoid paying that shit should be an incentive in and of itself. It really is. But there are some people that actually just work out deals between themselves, they co-parent and shit. Sometimes they don't take it to court. But the one thing I don't like about red pill people, they try to paint one thing as the whole picture. Like, that's everything. It is what it is. Like, it's all encompassing when it's not, bro. It's really not.
Okay. 90% of divorces don't involve alimony. Okay. There's no alimony for like 90% of people. That is for a select few. So just get that out of the way.
Exactly.
Actually, I think we should ban divorce too. Yeah, I think that should be banned. I would say ban.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I remember there was a video when it was her and this dude named Hafiz. When Hafiz was kind of going like on a spiral or some shit. And there's something that she said. She said that she thinks women shouldn't vote. And I was gonna make a video talking about that shit. I just never got around to it. But there was a bunch of other shit that was happening at the same time. I just never got to do that shit. It was too late. But I was like, I'm talking to my homeboy. I'm like, this bitch crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because look. Yes, once upon a time, women did not have the right to vote. I think the mindset or the idea behind it is like, women vote, but they don't have to face the consequences of their votes. Because they don't have to, they're not part of the draft, selective service, whatever. I'm like, bro, all the shit you vote for affects you, bro. Women work. Women pay taxes. Women contribute to society. Why in the world would they not get the right to vote? You know what I'm saying? That shit sounds so crazy to me. That's insane. I should have made a video about that shit, bro. I just didn't have time. Whenever that was a little while, that was months ago. Shit crazy, bro. But this is another thing. You're saying divorce should be illegal, divorce should be banned. Are you serious, bro? Are you serious? So they talk about all the time how marriage is a trap for men. Marriage is a trap for men. You're signing a contract that's against you, right? And yet, here you are saying divorce should be illegal. So what happens if a man picks the wrong girl and now he's just stuck? He's just stuck like that? You know how miserable your life would be to be legally binded to a person that you don't fuck with. And on the woman's side, imagine it's the same shit. And it could be worse. Imagine with somebody that beats you all the time. Or someone that belittles you all the time. That goes for men or women. Imagine you a man, your wife just belittles you all the time. She says you're not a man, you're not man enough, she's too good for you. And you can't divorce because people like just Pearly things make the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really stupid, bro.
Ban divorce.
So banning divorce means that when you decide to get married, you are not allowed by the government to leave your significant other in any situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think that if you want to leave, you just shouldn't get married.
If you're saying...
Yeah, she need to change her name to Just Dummy Things. Just Makak Things, okay? Because, what the fuck? If you want to leave, you just shouldn't get married. Well, people change, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you know what? A lot of stuff... You know what it sounds like when she speaks on this stuff? It just sounds like someone with no experience. It sounds like someone who's just trying to stick to her dogma. Okay? Someone who's trying to stick to the script. Just change the script, buddy. Change the script. You can't keep the same script. That shit don't make no sense.
You're not allowed to get divorced. So we're talking about, like, what if the relationship is physically abusive?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think...
Endure!
This is the problem, though.
All right. See, finish the sentence. Finish the sentence. You was about to agree with him. Now you have to push back.
If it's one-sided, physically abusive, okay, fine, divorce. We can allow divorce for those exceptions, but like I've even talked to people that work at like abuse centers, and they say that the majority of abuse is mutual. So it's not just one side's hitting the other; it's like mutual. So
surely that's not
so.
I think.
Who cares? What does it fucking matter if it's mutual? Even if it's mutual, it's one person gonna want to leave. It is what it is. What the fuck does that matter? It's like, and this is why I be talking about change the script. Like, she's repeating the same shit that she heard before. Because I'm pretty sure she said that shit when she was on the whatever podcast after that. I didn't react to it because I didn't care. But I'm pretty sure I saw a clip or something. She was like, "Oh, you know, a lot of times it's both, which is true. Yeah, it is. That don't mean shit. So for the point though, that ain't got nothing to do with divorce.
Does that even matter? If it's mutual, both of you should be trying to get a divorce.
You shouldn't be together.
What you think? Like, well, listen, yeah, you know, if it's one sided, get it. But if it's mutual, figure it out. Excuse me, no. If you guys are beating on each other, you might need to just actually call it quits.
Oh God, bro. I didn't come here to listen to their commentary. You're getting my commentary. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
But they do engage in that. That's just a nuance. But
family violence was the cause of 25% of divorces. So I don't think it's fair to characterize that as some kind of like super fringe example of why people get divorced.
Well, it's not. It's not fair. But that's what these motherfuckers try to do. And just like we saw on the whatever podcast with the MOD weirdo dude, it's so rare. It's so rare. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. What are you talking about?
You also have to look if there's incentive structures in place where there's a lot of false accusations in family court. And a lot of people don't know.
She does this thing I peep where she like just excels really hard. Sighs really hard. Like, bro, like I think that's her brain trying to figure out what the fuck to say. You know what I'm saying? How to make some shit not make sense.
That family court is actually it's not based off of evidence. It's based off a balance of probabilities.
Family court is not based off evidence. It's based off balance of probability. What do you think balance of probability is based off of?
The evidence.
Evidence. You can't just come in and say, "Oh, David's
and divorce."
Okay, here we go.
You know what she's talking about. She's saying things that she's read online, but she doesn't even know the words she's using.
And divorce, except for one-sided abuse.
Okay,
sure.
Except for one-sided abuse. And is there going to be a system to kind of how do you prove that the woman or man?
Well,
was on
I think you have to press charges in criminal court, not family court.
So only if your significant other is tried criminally are you allowed to leave the relationship. Yes. Tried and found guilty criminally.
Yes.
You know how long that takes, bro? And half the time, a lot of shit, when it comes to a lot of cases with abuse and stuff, it's hard for them to prove that shit. You know, listen, bro, there's just too much caca that come with that. Oh, yes, in order for them to be allowed a divorce, they have to prove in court that someone was getting beaten up. You know how long that takes? It's a long and arduous process that is not clear-cut and foolproof, okay? The justice system is not foolproof. There's a lot of cracks in the justice system, okay? So what are you talking about? And you would think someone like her would consider that if she was just talking about how there's a lot of false accusations. Bro.
Yes.
It's retarded, bro.
You know what's so funny is like
like it's stupid, bro. This is dumb.
And they gotta go through a lengthy court case that lasts years before they can finally get divorced from their partners.
But I was quoting a Thomas Sowell book.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Who's that?
Yeah. So Thomas Sowell's an author who talks about the history of slavery.
He's just an author.
Okay. So do you agree with that premise that slavery was embellished, or no?
I think that there are parts that are under embellished and there are parts that are over embellished. I think it just depends what we're talking about.
That's so interesting. I've got to know what was over embellished about slavery.
Oh, that's a trap.
That's funny. That's funny.
You know what this
That's
felt
funny.
like?
So that's so interesting. I gotta know, what was
You know what
it?
this felt like? This is like Ethan was like, I know what white people can't say. Now say it. You've activated my trap card. You see how excited he is? Tell me what you don't like about blacks.
Just like one
Look at his
example,
face, bro.
I'm dying to know.
Yo.
Yeah, I just rather. I mean, I was talking about a book that I read, and I think to understand the context, you'd have to read the book.
But you just said.
Isn't that crazy though? You have one source You have one source. You never looked it up. You never tried to question it to see if it holds up. You just took that one thing that you read. And you probably didn't even read it. You probably saw it in a Thomas Sowell video. I reacted like 2 of them. You probably just took that shit and ran with it. Okay? That's pretty much what it sounds like to me. You took that shit and ran with it. And you repeated it.
Some parts were embellished.
And now people questioning you about it, and you can't hold your you can't hold frame, and you can't back up the claim that you just made. You try to go back, oh well, I read it in the book. You know how dumb you sound? If somebody questioned you, where did you get that from? You're on a big platform and you said that shit to hundreds of people. Where'd you get that shit from? I don't know, I read it in the book.
Parts were embellished.
I just, again...
It shows that you don't think for yourself, bro. You read something, you don't go try to figure out what the fuck they're talking about. And that's what a lot of people fall into this trap in this current society that we're in. Where we consume social media, scrolling on our phone. We just see stuff and we don't question it. Okay? Americans and people in general can be very dumb. We just believe whatever is put in our face. But you don't go and try to find sources, to find other things to really confirm if what you believe is true or not. It just sounds good, so you take it and run with it. It's dumb. And I feel like it's a sign of unintelligence. Man, I don't know, maybe. I think we all fall for that, though. To some degree, we all fall for that. We have to make it a point, especially in this fast, what's the word? This short attention span generation, we have to make it a point to try to look things up to really understand what the fuck going on.
Think not?
I'd really just rather not.
Okay.
Yo, you hear him in the background?
He said, "Cross it, bitch." Why you stuttering? He said it's over embellished. Go ahead, say what part.
Go ahead, cross it.
What the fuck?
Man, the things we are willing
Look,
to
hey, my dog got a Haitian flag, boy. Hey, that's all poet preach, boy.
No, but slavery being embellished, that's so interesting. I don't know how you embellish it.
There are certain facts that we're not allowed to talk about.
Like what? I would love to. We're doing the taboo.
No,
we're mixing it up. It's red pill, baby.
That's just funny.
Yeah, shout out to Ethan.
That's funny.
This was funny.
That's funny.
I want to know how.
Let's see, listen.
Yo, he's trapped.
Taboo topics.
I genuinely want to know how it's embellished.
Yeah.
Do you hear her,
Come
bro?
on.
I mean, I could show you.
Come on, cancel yourself. Come on, do it.
I'd rather not get into this, so.
Oh my gosh, she sounds so upset.
Sounds like a blue pill attitude to me.
This motherfucker.
Yo.
Beta.
Beta. Yo, I don't like Ethan for real, bro, but I give him props for this, bro. I give him props for this. Nigga, turn that shit around. You turn that shit on her ass. That's crazy. But just Pearly things, just lonely things, I think she makes it easy on herself, bro. And I think she would have been fine if she just stuck to the dating shit, just stuck to people talking about the relationships. But I think she was, trying to find ways to get more money, trying to find ways to become more infamous. You see Sneak Ups, you see Andrew Tate. The more they hate you, the more attention you get, the more money you get. And I think she just started leaning into a bunch more like Nick Fuentes and stuff like that. It's like, okay. And now you're super doubling down. You're going even more extreme to your point. So yeah, divorce should be illegal. Women shouldn't vote. It's like, what's wrong with you, bro? Now people are like, okay, whatever. They just have another dating podcast that's doing good. Cool. But now it's like you look super crazy.
Hey, girl.
You can't blame anybody but yourself.
I was kind of hoping this was like a good faith interview.
Wait, what's bad faith? I'm literally showing you clips of you saying stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. What about this interview has been bad faith?
I just think you're kind of trying to push an agenda, and you're not. Yeah.
It's the Matrix. The Matrix coming to get you. Listen, all Ethan did was ask her about stuff that she said, and ask her to break it down, to be more clear, to clarify, And instead of doing any of those things, she realizes that she can't do it, and she is anxious and trying to find her way off of this interview. To me, that is very unserious business, okay? Because if you speak on something and you're on a public platform and you have a large audience, then you shouldn't be surprised when people question what you say and ask you to be more clear or break it down or explain it or prove it. Prove what you say.
I just think you're trying to push it.
That's a clip of you saying that.
Because I was talking about how the founder of the Thomas Sowell talks about how the guy that made Roots talked about how it was a myth for his people to live by.
Okay.
That's what the guy who made Roots said, Alex Haley.
Okay.
So, and I can't even talk about that on a podcast without being canceled by the internet.
Yeah, but mythology...
Okay, just because the story that he told himself with the movie of Roots isn't real does not mean the things depicted in there didn't happen.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that was embellished.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I said that shit before in the other video. I don't think she's racist. I think she's just stupid. I think she's just dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Reality of slavery was far darker than the Roots movie could have ever shown.
Exactly. I said all that. Talking about it's embellished. The shit that really happened, the shit that the graphic, gory shit they did, nigga, they're not showing that on TV. You know what I'm saying? And even if they do, what happens? People don't want to see that shit. We feel like it's, you're capitalizing on black trauma, you know what I'm saying? Slave movies, How many fucking slave movies they gotta make, huh? You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see that shit no more. We don't know what it is. That stuff is mainly for white people to see. Be like, oh my gosh, wow, that was really fucked up. Oh my gosh. And the motherfuckers like just pretty things. Oh yeah, it's embellished. Just because the characters in fucking Roots wasn't real does not mean the shit that it was showing was not real. If somebody made a movie about a fictional Jewish person going through Nazi Germany, I was about to say Born in Short Pajamas, but I don't think that was fake. I think that was a real story. But would you say the same shit? Oh, it's embellished. It's a myth. It's a fictional story taking place during a real live historic event. Shut up.
It's the fact.
Just because mythology is like a culture,
right, but I'm
history.
saying that doesn't mean that the way it's depicted in the movie was how it actually happened. And that's what he was talking about on the book. But again, I was quoting a book, and you're trying to pin me down on quoting a book.
Let me watch this again and see if I'm doing that.
Stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said I wanted a myth for my people to live by.
Yeah.
So they often, but that's what they do is they embellish.
So then you say, but here's what they do.
And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible.
I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible.
Right, but they want to make it more horrible.
But they want to make it more horrible.
That they can control people.
So that they can control people.
I don't know why that's so funny, bro.
What disagrees, by the way?
Hold on.
People.
So that they can control people.
Right, but
Nick Fuentes agrees, by the way.
This motherfucker knows what he's.
I mean, she brought him on. She got to eat that. Let's keep watching.
Wait, oh my gosh. 5 minutes before I say Sowell talks about this in his book. So I'm communicating in the interview that I'm quoting an author.
You're not being honest. You say they do this to... Okay, so you disavow. Just disavow it then. That's easy. Just say, I don't think slavery was embellished. I mean, that's super easy. That's like a layup. Do you agree? You know what I mean? It's like, just say you don't think slavery was embellished.
I think there are certain facts that you're not allowed to talk about. I don't really want to talk about it.
So I'm just asking, do you agree with that statement?
Oh my gosh, bro.
Barack Obama is comparable to Adolf Hitler.
What?
No.
Okay. See, it's not hard. It's not hard. That's awesome. That's easy to do.
They put the claps.
What?
They put the claps. They put the claps.
Because he's clapping her right now. She getting claps.
You also said George Washington was viewed from his slaves like a father.
Oh no.
I guess that's.
When'd you say that? What the fuck?
Part of what the myth, I guess, is that not all slave owners were evil. Some were father figures like George Washington.
She's mad, boy.
Yo, this editing is crazy.
Yo, listen.
Yo, this editing is crazy. I just have to think, Pearl's got to be one of the dumbest fucking people on the planet. To go on the H3 podcast and think this shit was not going to come up.
Did you say that?
I don't remember.
I'll pull
I think
it up.
like if someone's a great and powerful man,
Yikes. Isn't I pull it up? Oh, and I was on the other dude, Saura Garvey.
in history,
I think he
to
left-
the point like
left
they're
that
talking
shit.
about him hundreds of years later. He didn't have any kids, but
Did he own slaves?
what?
Did he own slaves? George Washington.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no romance to me. I'm just saying.
No, he actually. It's actually interesting. He had a different, like, he inherited his slaves, and it wasn't as simple as he could have just like let them go, because the debt that's incurred on them, like, you can't just release them. And so his slaves actually, like, he had a really good relationship with them, and they considered him like a dad.
Didn't that nigga rape his slaves, bro? I'm pretty sure he did. And he had a lot of like biracial kids from the slaves. Hold on, let's look it up. Nice to his slaves. Okay, look, by the standards of today, this is from the History Channel. Washington treated his enslaved workers better than most, but he expected more from them than the average slave, especially as he began to use his plantation as kind of efficiency experiment. Let's see. Throughout the 1780s and 90s, Washington stated privately that he no longer wanted to be a slave owner, that he did not want to buy and sell slaves or separate enslaved families, and that he supported a plan for gradual abolition in the U.S. Yet, Washington did not always act on his anti-slavery principles. We could probably read more about that in a separate video. You know, it'd take too long if I go dig into it. This shit is already like 30 minutes long. But yeah, father figure though, that sounds kind of... Father figure sounds like embellishment to me.
Mm-hmm.
What's your source for that?
That was from a Thomas Sowell book.
Thomas Sowell. So he's your guy. Thomas Sowell's the man.
There was a
Why do you
time
have to
where I
think?
started to read accounts from actual slaves. So these
Okay.
were like in like and I can't really talk about this. Like, even if I talk about this now, they're gonna clip it. They're gonna say things.
Nigga, talk about it right now.
I didn't say. But it's like
I hate when they say that shit. It's like a cop out. Oh, they're gonna clip me. They're gonna clip me. Shut up. You know what the fuck you be saying. If you say something that's crazy, it's crazy, dude.
I used to read actual slave accounts, and I was surprised how many didn't say bad things about their owners after they were free.
Play the thing. Just play the thing.
What the fuck?
You guys never heard of Stockholm Syndrome?
Play the thing.
You know, people who are held captive start developing a very sympathetic, empathetic relationship with their captor because of the trauma that's inflicted upon them mentally.
Thank you.
These guys
Thank
are really trying
you.
to sit here and say, like, yo, a lot of slaves actually love their masters.
And the thing too is like, bro, we're not stupid. And if you're gonna say some of that, show the source. Bring up the source. Show something. Double down. But you're not even presenting it correctly. Like you said, Stockholm Syndrome. There's plenty of people who are kidnapped or abducted, and they actually they grow to like care, or like you said, empathize with their abductor. Okay, with the person inflicting the trauma to them. Okay, you see that a lot in relationships too. With especially abusive ones, mainly is what I'm talking about, where somebody most times when it's the girl getting her ass beat, but she doesn't want to leave the man because it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing, bruh.
Because in a really fucked up psychological way, they had to learn to be able to endure.
To be able to survive.
Endure.
You know, the thing that you want to do for a beat up woman in their relationship, endure. Yeah. All right.
Do you know how many people feel the same way about the men who groomed them when they were underaged? Do you think children, just because of the fact that when they got free from their pedo captors, still had a sympathetic bond, that made that relationship okay or any less worse? What if a 10-year-old falls in love with an adult, grapes them all the time, and says good things about them, that we shouldn't see the adult as evil as anybody else? Sometimes when I hear these people speak, I think they just hear whatever information confirms what they want to believe, and then they just go with it.
Yes.
What are you talking about? Oh, he was a good slave master. Okay.
And it's not to say, like, slavery was a horrible institution, but I can't talk about that fact without getting canceled. I can't say, hey, these slaves had a good relationship with their owners
Because
without
it's
getting
not
killed.
true. Because it's just not true. It's not true. What George
Well, if
Washington
you-
was not a father figure to his slaves.
Well, if you look up like I think it was Booker T.
47. Let's see. 47 of George Washington's slaves tried to escape. Would you try to escape if you
Okay, well
loved your
maybe
master?
maybe that one was wrong. I don't know. This was like
okay.
a little bit on a podcast months ago. I don't really remember, but and I said I wasn't sure if it was Washington either in that interview.
Then don't fucking speak on it as if you know, if you clearly don't know. It's not that hard. If you don't really know for real. If you don't know for real and you're not sure, it's something that's like a heavy topic like this, and what you're saying kind of goes contradictory to what people already understand and know to be true. Maybe you should double check before you talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should double check. Maybe I'm the dumb one. Maybe I'm stupid, huh? No. Double check before you say stupid shit like that, bro.
At some point, but
Well, George
the
Washington
whole point I'm
was-
bringing up is I'm not even allowed to have this conversation without.
What do you mean not
people
allowed?
saying-
That, but I mean, we're
The issue is not that you can't have this conversation.
That's like the
it's just-
third time I said that. You can't have it, you can't have it. No one said you're not allowed. You can talk about it, but just don't say stupid shit. Like what you've been doing. You've been saying shit as if it's fact. And you've been having, first of all, you have this slavery conversation with Nick Fuentes. If you really care about slavery or whatever, why don't you talk about it to somebody that actually knows about that shit? But you're talking to a white supremacist, Nick Fuentes. Be for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bruh.
is that because it's such a sensitive topic, you have no idea how to cut through it efficiently. You're just going at it with a fucking paddle, and you're wondering why the meat coming out all crazy, and you're trying to serve it to people, and people be like, I didn't ask for a smashed raw burger. Yeah, people gonna have an issue. They gonna complain. If you want to take on the difficult stuff, that's fine. Do your due diligence.
Exactly.
When you were on that fucking podcast with Nick, you didn't do your due diligence. You just let some white supremacists come up there and ramble for
Due diligence,
whatever
exactly.
it is. Why? Because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
This girl, I can't even. You can discuss anything. Do it in private. If you want to do it in public and you want to give spicy takes about how slavery was embellished, then you better have your receipts.
Exactly.
Be
And if
informed.
people ask, you better stand on 10 on
Exactly.
I just wanted to know
10
what your
toes down.
thoughts are on this. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not like my channel isn't about slavery.
that. If it's not, then why'd you bring on Nick Fuentes?
Exactly.
Why would you bring on somebody who's a non-white supremacist?
This is a dating podcast, and you're bringing on people like Nick Fuentes. What the fuck? Nick Fuentes is a self-proclaimed virgin, an incel. And what does he know about fucking dating and relationships? Okay? Just say you was trying to be like Adam 22 and try to bring on different guests to talk about different topics. Okay? That's all it is.
If your channel's not about that, that's your problem, stupid. It's like I can't say my thing is not a political channel, then I bring on fucking Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And then he starts rattling off about democratic policy.
Marriage is supposed to be, for better or for worse, and sickness and in health. And
That's a part of the vow. That's a part of the vow.
the majority of divorces nowadays, it's just, when the girl just feels like leaving.
That's not true.
So and well,
That's not true. The number one reason for divorce is infidelity and lack of commitment. That's the number one reason. We looked it up before on another video. I don't remember which video it was, but it wasn't too long ago. But we looked that shit up. Matter of fact, it was probably the Endure run. That one, the Endure. It's not the number one reason just because they feel like it. That does happen, yeah. Or they feel unhappy, right? And maybe some of the reasons why they feel unhappy isn't justified, but that's not majority of the time. That's not every single time. The thing with men, a difference between men and women is that men are more inclined to just deal with shit, like whatever, even if they be unhappy, and they'll just still choose to deal with it. Because to them, that's men are like programmed and not even programmed, but men are very we work. So if something's not going good, we just make it work, even if we're not happy. Make something work is over the happiness, but that's not how a marriage should be 100% of the time. You're supposed to enjoy your relationship with somebody. So if you get to the point in a relationship where you're not enjoying it, you're just keeping it going just because you feel like you have to. That's not the key. That's not the key. Because in this life, bruh, what is everybody searching for? Everybody is searching for happiness. Something that's going to make them feel content with life. Happiness and content. Now, does that mean happiness overtakes everything? No. But you have to know how to do something while also being happy. if you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, and you guys aren't happy anymore, and there's nothing y'all can do to fix it, it's grits, then yeah, that's what it is, bro. It is what it is. You know, these people make it seem like it's such a crazy thing to not be happy with someone anymore. You know how many, there's 8 billion people on this earth. You think it's always gonna be sunshine and rainbows every single time for 2 people forever for the rest of their life? No, it's not really realistic, bro. There's always gonna be problems, and sometimes they get worked out. Sometimes there's no problems. Other times there are problems and they don't get worked out. That's just reality.
You
It's
know,
just not true.
I've talked to hundreds of women.
The abuse of power and the risk for abuse and for people to get stuck in a horrible relationship situation, not just for them but their kids, right? I mean, obviously, having your kids watch their mother get beat up, and oftentimes it's going to bleed.
Or the kids get watching their father get beat up. Like, it goes both ways.
I acknowledge that it goes both ways. So both people have a right to, in my opinion, get divorced, because the alternative is one of the partners being stuck and like
do you think that's
potentially
the
a lethal
majority? Do you think that's the majority of cases?
A majority of cases of what? Divorce?
Of divorce.
25%. 25%.
A quarter.
It's 25% based on statistics.
No, that's not what's in criminal court. It's like less than 10%.
Are you stupid? It's criminal court. Not everything goes to fucking court. Not everything goes that far, because a lot of people don't want to go to the police, bruh. It is what it is. Stop being dumb.
Yeah, actually follow through in criminal court.
Oh my god.
Regardless, 10%'s enough, don't you think?
No, I said less than 10% of the abuse cases of the 25%. So that's like...
Journal of Family Violence in 2014 found that approximately 25% of divorces in the United States involve domestic violence.
Right, but again, that's because the woman says that she was, because they're incentive.
Okay, but you're just saying stuff. You're just saying stuff.
Yeah, and the statistic he said didn't specify if it was men or women, right? I think on paper, women report domestic abuse and violence more than men. But the thing is with that is that men don't really report when shit is happening to them. Because like I said earlier, men are more willing to deal with certain shit. It is what it is. But you know how many people I know, and this is, what's the word? I forgot the word, but it's my own knowledge, my own bias, right? But you know how many people I know that are in relationships and they've gotten hit or beat or life threatened by women? You know what I'm saying? So it really does go both ways. Just men don't talk about that shit. Men don't report that shit. And a lot of times the man would stay. They're like, whatever. Yeah, she hit me, whatever. Like it's nothing. Me, I don't go for that shit. If a motherfucker put their hands on me, boy, me, and I'm gone. Don't fucking touch me. What's wrong with you? Man or woman, I don't give a fuck. Don't touch me. I'm not a fucking dog and I'm not a slave. Don't touch me. Anyways, let's keep going.
If you don't actually know that to be true.
No, I do.
How?
I do. Like, okay, in the UK, there's a law that you get a free lawyer if
How does that prove that women are lying about violence?
Because I'm saying that you can't prove it unless they go to criminal court, because criminal court is based off of evidence, where family court is based off of a balance of probabilities.
Which is also evidence. You can't just say your partner beats you without evidence. She's just saying the same shit. This girl's fucking stupid. This girl's really incredibly dumb. You can't go to family court, say your partner beats you, and then they just believe it. That's not how it works. They have to have some evidence.
Yeah.
She's not dumb. She has 3 cassettes. And she's just playing the same one she played before.
Yo, it goes in reverse. Like, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Dumb. She just rewind that bitch and played it back.
That you can't prove it unless you go to criminal court, because family court is based off of evidence.
Right, but they're not going to jail. It's just about the welfare of the kids and the people.
It's a crime if you're falsely accusing someone of abuse.
That's not what he's talking about, though.
I'm saying there's no, you can't. They only prove it in less than 10% of cases.
Okay.
In criminal court, because criminal court is based off of evidence. Family court is not.
She just keeps saying that, bro.
Man.
She just keeps saying that, and it's not true.
She's not dumb.
When dads win cases to get custody of their children, they're doing it based off evidence. They have to showcase evidence that the mother is sick or whatever. The same can be said the other way around. They're saying the father's a deadbeat. They got to show he didn't pay his payments. They got to show written receipts. Like, it's just stupid.
So let's just say less than 10%. I'll just give you the benefit of the doubt on that. Still seems like enough. to give people the option to leave. And this idea that women just leave whenever they want seems a little bit infantile, since because people change, right? Especially when people get married young, which does happen. People change, people go through shit, people grow apart.
It's like almost even been watching her video. Shout outs to you, brother. You getting the right arguments in. Let's see what happens. Congratulations. See, your researchers out here plagiarizing, but it's okay. I'm just playing. We didn't come up with this original thought. Other people have said it too.
All right, man. This is a long ass video, but as you can see, bro, as you can see, you know, it's another example of just Pearly things being a dummy, and not standing on shit that she said when questioned and confronted about it. And it's like, bro, you know, the best way to argue with a fool is to just let them talk, because their nature as a fool will reveal itself regardless of anything you say. You know what I mean? So really all she's doing is displaying it for the world to see, and you know, it's something like this is not sustainable, bro. It's not sustainable. Like, it's just dumb, bro. So, you know, I tell y'all, if y'all see these things on the internet, y'all see these personalities, y'all see these podcasts, y'all see these topics being talked about that lean more towards one side or the other, please, I implore you, you like that word, implore? I implore you to look things up for yourself. Go outside and talk to people. Experience life for yourself. Do not base your opinions and your life off people that you see online. Not even me, okay? Not even me. Because I still have life to go through. I still have experiences to experience. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just telling you shit from my perspective. But now, like, a lot of these people that lean more on extremes and stuff, bro, they will lead you astray. They will lead you astray. Don't let them lead you astray. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. I know this is a long video, but y'all like long videos, so enjoy. You dig what I'm saying? And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, and join the Discord link down below in the bio, in the description. Peace out.